Censuses are all the rage these days, but completing your civic duty as an overseas hire can be a bit tricky. I sat down with Marjana and Grzina from HR, and they walked me through the process so we could show you what to do just in case you have some questions. Shout out to Sue Francis, who suggested we do a video for this process. You only need to do this once per household, which is nice. And before we begin, I just want to say that I made this video and completed the census to the best of my abilities. And I don't take any responsibility for anything here that causes you to get in trouble with the law. So, to do this, you need your trusted profile login, your PESEL number handy, and about a dozen minutes, more or less, depending on how many people you're required to provide data for. The first step is to go to this website. The link is provided in the description below. I switched this screen to English, and I clicked on login.gov.pl to log in, and this will allow you to log into the system using your trusted profile. So with your trusted profile, put your username and your password, click on login, and you'll have to confirm with an SMS code. Most of these fields will already have been filled out for you. I'm just blurring it. Click on next. So for this next screen, you can click on what applies to you. I was living in Poland on March 31st. The next question will ask you for the city that you were living in Poland. You can't put Warsaw, you have to put Warszawa, and you'll have to select the district that you live in. So I'm clicking on Warszawa, Ursunów. You'll be able to find your street, put your building number in, your dwelling number, and click on temporary for is the provided address permanent or temporary. We selected temporary downstairs in HR. Fill out the rest of the information. I said that I've been living at my current address for 1 year or longer, and I live permanently abroad. You can put your country name and fill in the rest. Put in how many people were living at that address at the time. For me, it was me and my wife, so I just put 1. So now I'm going to click on Add Person to add my wife. I'll click on Edit Person's Data. And for her, I had to fill in much of the same information. If you have any more people, click on Add Person, or else click on Next. Confirm that you've recorded all the persons in the dwelling. And here, answer whatever applies to you. This next page is asking to define relationships, so just click on that arrow and you can select how you are related to that person. Alright, now they're going to ask a bunch of questions about housing. So my apartment is owned by a natural person, so I click on natural person. The dwelling is occupied by someone renting the dwelling, which is me and my wife. You have to write down how big your apartment is and how many rooms have a window to your kitchen and to your bedroom. So I live in a 2-bedroom apartment with a kitchen, so I'm going to write down 3. For the heating question, my apartment has radiators spread out across the apartment, so I selected a heat source supplying 1 multi-dwelling building. And now for the personal questionnaires. So there's gonna be a whole lot of questions about each person here, including where you were born, what citizenship you have, what you identify yourself as. They're going to ask if you are in an informal relationship with another person. As you go on, they're going to ask about religious denomination and a few questions that might be a little bit too personal. Feel free to click on I do not want to answer this question. Then it'll ask us about work. So yes, we work between 25th and 31st of March 2021. And we are professionals. So click on professionals. Teachers are counted as professionals. Put down Konstantin Zorna, and the street is Warszawska. We work in education, and we worked as a person employed by a public institution or a private employer. And that's it for the first person, so if there's anyone else, you have to click on questionnaire for that other person. Or else you can just click on next if you've completed that other person. And that's pretty much it. Click on finish self-enumeration. Confirm by clicking on yes. And you'll be back to this page and you've done your civic duty. Good luck!